And welcome back to Vestige of Ophiuchus Campaign 1, Session 23. You guys, who's gonna give us a recap that I lied and said we weren't going to do again? It's Bread! Bread, you have 30 seconds. Give the recap.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You just wasted 2 seconds.
I don't know.
Logan,
oh my god, we went shopping! Lexi got interrogated by Edgergan. No, it was the
Clear the bread!
We found campsites like twice!
Clear the bread!
We just... Quinn just got to ride his horse!
Oh my god.
I'll wait out here. Don't need me inside, right?
No, that should be fine. Thank you. Thulin, are you going to come inside, though?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, if they try to get the jump on you, that'd be pretty bad. At least want someone there to tell the story of how you murdered an entire guild, right?
We promised there was no violence, correct?
Cracks his... It's not going to be. It's really up to you, isn't it?
Shall I bring anything out to you? I said to the half-orc.
That's fine. Actually, he looks to his dogs with an almost word expression.
Have any spare steak or meat? There's going to be plenty to spare, my friend.
You see both the dogs tilt their heads and let out a small whine.
We'll send some right out. Follow me. As he goes inside.
I can't say that I'm going to be eating very much, but I do appreciate that you went all out like this. You didn't have to.
The people of the land away know how to throw a party, to the best of our ability.
I've heard that.
You'll forgive, we haven't got a lot of renovations to this place yet, so this is the best I could do.
The last time I saw this place, it was in much worse condition. I'm very sorry for not being able to be forthright with you up until now. I feel like I probably don't need to explain why, though, so an apology is all I can offer.
I'm guessing Edgergan doesn't know.
That is correct. Edgergan does not know what I do. It's probably best. He did build his company, but whenever I saw the potential in it, whenever it was still fairly young, I got involved as an investor. And I've been helping it to find success. It proves to be very useful, having control of an international shipping company, especially when you want to ship things that may otherwise not be movable through the normal channels.
So what do you want with us?
Complicated question.
Oh, Kitty's back.
Yeah, you took meat out to them?
Yeah.
Whenever you do, the half-orc is not exactly friendly, but when you give him meat, he is very, he's very polite about it. You get basically nothing, no hostility, but he is very grateful that you feed the dogs, and he seems excited to give them food.
This meeting is less about exactly what I want from you and more that I thought I owed you all an explanation. Up until recently, we were working with Murkwire.
Including the first day we met.
That's correct. It was in an effort to find your former boss, or to help your former boss. We did not think that, we didn't believe that Kyverium Southrester's research was going to move ahead at quick enough of a pace, so we decided to start intercepting it and seeing if we could assign anybody to do the work for him. We never got anything that we could latch on to, and by the time our relationship with Murkwire fell apart, we realized that Kyverium was moving much faster than anybody we could assign to it would. So it turned out to be for nothing. Of course, it did also have the benefit of being able to claim part of the shipments that Murkwire stole that we told him about, so that was good. In any case, we did send you blindly into danger, and we did technically betray you.
I will be blunt. If I hadn't had my horse back this morning, I would be far angrier.
Of course, that's why we returned it to you.
Thank you very much for treating him with respect.
He's a very well-bred horse. If he hadn't belonged to you, we probably would have kept him.
I can't speak for my companions.
I am still processing this.
I think
This
I'm
is
more
weird.
confused than angry.
Indeed.
It's a
What
waste
are
of
you
time to be
confused
angry.
about?
Just everything in general.
She raises an eyebrow at that.
I'm sorry, I'm not really prepared to explain everything in general.
Spare?
What? Sorry, I'm not too familiar with this side of the world. What is exactly that that your branch of the family does again?
The acquisition of magical items, particularly ones that would be thought of as illegal. Their distribution to people that would offer to buy them, and distribution to the other sides of the family. We are, the storefront of the family is a good way to put it. Our main concern is finding things that we're not supposed to find, retrieving things that the royal family would like to see destroyed, and making certain tools available that normally would not be legal. We also deal with a lot of minor trading, things like slave trade and whatnot. I don't much care for it, but that pays bills. Effectively, if there's a transaction to be had within the family that is not related to assassination, protection money, or to the exchange of information, then that falls under my purview. And
Interesting.
we are probably the most legal of the branches, barring a few parts of our, choice things.
Depending on where you are, I guess.
The black market is not exactly legal, but most of our work is done under the guise of property management and managing resources or moving our funds through companies like I do with Edrigan. In any case, if it puts your minds at ease, we are not merciless killers. We leave that to the tailors. I didn't come here because we have any interest in killing any of you, or even in making you our enemies.
Expect you would, given all the trouble you went through to give us this place. That means you probably want something from us.
Your general assistance. Well, there's, I suppose, 3 major things that we would like, and they may be in your best interests as well. The first of them is we would like to help Kyverium continue with his research, and whether or not you approve of this, we will do it. We would like to offer him the resources to continue his work under the guise of investors that will appear and offer him space to work, materials that he needs, and so on, as well as protection for any future shipments he may want to make. The second, and this pertains directly to you, is Murkwire has made an embarrassment of us. We struck a deal with him, but he went back on that deal as soon as he put Kyverium's life in danger. Him keeping resources that he stole from the shipments was something we allowed him to do in exchange for stealing the research for us. We don't know what he was using the money and items that he was stealing from our shipments for. We assume it was used to help to bribe the people that would enter into his army or to fund whatever he's planning. In any case, it's not good for the city, so we would like to offer our continued help in putting an end to whatever it is Murkwire's doing. The third thing that I want from you is that we plan to make Edrigan the High Lord of Mott. I would like to be the advisor to the High Lord because it would be good for my business, but also because, she taps one of her ears, it would be good for people that I'm concerned for. I don't have a great love for my fellow man, certainly, but I grew up under similar conditions to Edrigan, and I would like to see the conditions of the city and this country change. So we would like to see a man with Edrigan's vision become the High Lord. If you have some problem with a member of the family sitting in a position of authority beside the High Lord, then I am afraid that would make us incompatible.
How much do you know about my run-in with the boss?
Well, I know that you're the one that put him in the position he's in regarding amnesis. You, actually, to be fair, we may know some things that the other branches don't know. We know that you stabbed him with what we assume to be a Messite dagger, that we are not quite certain how you obtained. This gave him amnesis. We know that in the chaos you fled, and we know that when you fled, you took a book that Contabile had been borrowing from us. A very important book that, if you have, we'd like back, but I assume that you don't have it.
Yes, unfortunately, I no longer in possession of that particular item.
I figured.
But
We also know, and this may interest you, that you had set up a deal to purchase an item that you wanted to give as a gift to Contabile for whatever reason.
yes.
Tell me, what do you think happened with that?
As far as I remember, I was attempting to purchase a gift for Contabile in order to get back in his good graces after I rather mucked up a job a few years back. Seemingly, either because I did not do quite enough research or I was misled in some way. The item I was sold contained a demon.
It's the latter. You were misled. I couldn't tell you by who, though, because you never met with one of our agents. Whenever the person that you were supposed to do business with and accept an item from arrived, you had already come and gone, and you had met with somebody else.
So I was intercepted. Tell me, has the name Velis ever come up?
I've heard the name, but not recently. The name Velis used to be the name of a very famous assassin that lived a very long time ago, specifically. And it makes sense you wouldn't know this, since it is something that's kept close to the chest by the tailors, but I did bump into it whenever we were researching what happened with you. The name Velis came up as one of the founding members of the family over 700 years ago.
I see.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Bless you. I'm
Thank you.
so loud. Scared.
That was very
Pulls out handkerchief.
We bumped into the name only because we heard that you'd been asking about it, and well, we looked around the people that had been associated with setting up your deal. They briefly mentioned it. The name came up regarding people delivering items and looking for it. It appears that many assassins through the family have worn the name Velis over the years, generally members of the tailors.
Has the name ever come up in regards to demons?
Not that I'm aware of. And I have no reason to withhold that information from you.
Near as I can tell, whether it was its real name or just a title it was wearing, the demon that possessed me for the last 2 years called itself Velis.
If you'd wish. And as long as you stay on our good sides, we could look into that. One of the reasons I'm not in a rush to turn you in is because we suspect foul play there, and if you were possessed by an item that was meant to come from us, it doesn't reflect well on us either. So, we can put at least a minimal amount of resources into trying to track down exactly who it was that gave it to you, at the very least.
Would be most appreciated.
I wouldn't go around trusting other branches of the family, though. The Taylors generally have an order to kill people like you. You're on a list. And the Driftwood organization, I imagine that they wouldn't want to kill you, but if they catch you, you're not going to see the light of day again.
Yes, I expect if they get a hold of me, my fate will be quite a bit worse than a quick death.
None of their agents are really operating around here right now. I mean, I can't speak for the Taylors. They don't really tell me what they're doing, but the Driftwood organization is not around as much as I would be concerned about.
It's good to know. And again, any information you can give me on Velis that you might come across would be greatly appreciated. I would like to put all of this behind me as quickly as possible.
I've pretty much proposed all of my business. Is there anything that the rest of you would like to ask?
We're looking into Murkwire's location. If you knew of a place we could look for this information, or if you have it yourself, I've been hunting about for the location of a witch or a hag or some sorceress who lived in the Skywall for some time.
At this point, I assume that you mean the one that tricked us and took and impersonated Raleigh.
No, her mother.
I'm unfamiliar. I know that there used to be a hag that lived in the Skywall, but the Skywall's massive. There are entire ancient cities in different parts of it built into the caverns there. It's similar to looking through an entire country to try to scour the Skywall.
I was hoping there was records of people who may have done dealings with them in different towns, but I suppose we can do it the long way.
I could look into it. I know the founders of Summergrass rather, originally had some somewhat shady dealings with other people that were around. This was a very long time ago. This is back in the days of the Simonian Empire, but hags live a while, so it's possible that maybe there's some connection to them in the city. Looks over to Fenris. You are likely the one who would have the largest issue with working with us, I would assume.
On a surface level, I suppose working with you isn't perhaps the best, but if you're willing to help not Edrigan, oh my god, Kyverium, that's who I meant. I have no issue with that, seeing as that's my personal goal. If you're going to finance his studies, then I can't complain.
We do have a similar goal to that end. We also have no impulse, in case you're wondering. We don't want to take his research and hold it exclusively or anything. We are more concerned with getting a cure out into the world so we can help Contabile. Frankly,
Sell to people if they're dead.
Yep. A healthy populace is something that's in our best interests, after all. That's why we want to help the city as well. It's much easier to exploit and to sell and to move around people when they are content and not terribly worried about what's going on in the underbelly of their country.
I'll just hold my hands to my ears like I didn't hear that.
Besides, in my personal opinion, we're good for the country. The family has a long history with the commerce here in Summergrass. I dare say that if we weren't here, the city would probably not be the capital of anything. The capital would probably still be in the Skywall, as it was 800 years ago.
You said you would give us information. Do you have any information about this Frostclaw organization?
Not particularly. I've been looking into them since they're of interest to you. Beyond that, I know that they came from outside of Retia.
Yeah, we knew that much.
But, based off of how quickly they got here and the time frame in which they became active, I know that they didn't travel from outside Retia. They must have gated in or used magic to appear here, which has made me suspicious of them from the beginning, because that kind of magic is basically reserved for the royal family. And, beyond that, I know where they're staying, but I haven't sent anybody to investigate.
Where, are they staying in the city?
They're staying in an old abandoned church that's actually a ways outside the city. It's about an hour, 2 hours outside Summergrass.
Do you know how many of them there are?
No, I only know the ones that have been coming into the city. There's a few of them that do come in, and wander about, I presume looking for you to hunt you down. And there's the one that keeps coming in to the Dragging Dagger to set up meetings with anybody who might have found you. But beyond that, I'm not sure. I suspect there are more back where they came from, since they were very insistent in their guild bulletin that if anybody were to find you, to set a meeting up outside the city, which tells me that they want to only meet with people in a place that they think is fortified. I can tell you exactly where it is if you need me to.
Yeah.
Yes.
That info would probably
Yes.
be useful
Just
to
a
have.
church or perhaps a cemetery?
From what I understand of the area, it's a church. There's a cemetery nearby. It's on the outskirts of an old town that, let's say fell into ruin during a time of great disease some time ago, and out of pure superstition, people have not moved back into it. Are you worried that they may be using undead and such?
We had a quest recently for a cemetery nearby the city that just happens to be close to where they'd be set out, assuming it's the same one.
Assuming that it's the one I'm thinking of, that's a different area. I keep my eye on the Dragging Dagger in case there's ever any bulletins put up regarding our business in the city.
I'll try and find some paper and writing utensil somewhere in this house. He has no idea where he's looking. He's like, and like
brought some
wandering
back, I
here.
think.
It's like, here, paper.
I just bought some paper.
I'm already gone.
We haven't seen them since the first day we got here. Since the first day we became a party, actually. But there are some people out there who may become more active now that my family name has been printed inside of the Dragging Dagger. Whenever we had made contact with them before, they expressed that they were after me in particular, as they were men who worked for a warlord named Bilgog.
That would be the orc that's trying to wage war on your home country? And by
I don't know how
war,
many of his people are here, but they did attack us in that first couple of days we had met each other. I
Well, if
wanted to
there's
know if you had any information on that group at all.
She shakes her head.
Thank you very much. That's all I needed to ask. I just know that with my name being put out there, I'm worried that they will start moving a little bit more.
I welcome the challenge.
You stayed here for an amount of time, correct?
I didn't sleep here, if that's what you mean.
We've just noticed, Lexi and I came across a camp near the house. And
Oh, you found the
this-
camp!
No, a
Found
different
paper.
one.
There's just a piece of paper in front of you.
Found paper in a quill. All right.
It's like, oh, you found the camp that I found. No, it's a different camp. Oh, okay. Did you leave them a note?
Nope.
No. Did you leave them in? No,
What's this-
I
what's this about a
digress.
Yes, of course.
We don't know anything about that. If your question was leading up to if we'd noticed things like that, no. We took care to make sure that nobody ever followed us or knew that we were coming here.
Right. I'm just curious. You never know.
But if you're
It's something
suddenly
that
finding,
seems like we can take care of ourselves.
if you're suddenly finding yourselves being followed and you have people bringing the tools of sabotage to your home, I can only imagine that it's related to your current situation.
Did she mention where we can find her black market person, or no?
Not yet.
She has not mentioned a contact yet. We not follow up with that.
Really good checking, you guys.
What?
It's really good checking. It's good.
Oh, it was really expensive.
Get those strawberries
glad
out of your
you
mouth.
like
Now
it.
isn't the time.
I made sure
Don't
that one
think
had a
with-
strawberry glaze.
It's so good though.
Don't
Speak with your
speak with your
mouth
mouth full, Lexi.
Thank you,
Chew
Aristo.
first. No problem.
Like each of them are going at her with another napkin at her cheeks, like on either side.
Oh.
So where can we find this black market contact of yours?
It's not so much a physical location. The black market contact, if you need to find us, then... she references over to Thulin. Yeah, you can go through me if you want to.
Where can we find you?
Yeah, how do we find you?
Well, where would you like to be able to find me?
That's an
question.
odd question. Wherever you wish to be found.
Maybe
Okay, that's
close
not what
to
I
you.
asked, though.
Close
Where
the
you
dragon
hang out?
dagger.
Most convenient, I suppose.
Yeah.
Would he be able to go in the dragon dagger?
Would we be able to go into the
Go
dragon
in
dagger?
Dragon
Yeah,
Dagger.
good question.
Yeah,
There's
why
nothing
not?
stopping us from going. They're not going to fight us there.
Yeah, why not?
And that way he can get himself a drink in the meantime if he's bored and we don't show up.
Yeah. I could become part of a guild. Probably won't do very much, but I could become part of a guild, and then I get full access to the Dragon Dagger. That sounds fine to me.
So you're looking for a guild?
Not yours.
Damn it!
Not. We don't want to
No.
entangle any more people
no.
into what's
Kitty, I'm not good at this.
It's okay, Quinn. That's my job.
Oh.
Sure.
All right.
That's my recruity guy.
I can hang out. I can check in there every couple of days, and if you you need to get something, then just hang out there in the evening. And if you bump into me, then we can chat in private.
Do you usually have items on your person, or do you
Absolutely
take
not.
the order? I didn't think so.
We deliver.
Do you have like a catalog, perhaps?
Oh,
Nope. If you're coming to us, it's either because you want something from us. If we come to you, it's because we think we have something you might like. However, we're not the sort of organization that you can walk in and window shop. That invites thievery.
And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Lexi,
Such
please.
things are beneath
Well,
us.
If we're like looking for you, will we be looking for? How do you say your name? Thulin. Will we be looking for that, or would you have some kind of alias, or should we just not ask?
Nah, it's
for you
Thulin
and just,
Island.
Like, look at it? Thulin Island. Okay.
Got it.
One more time. For
We're
the
gonna write
people
it
in the
down.
back.
Thulin Island.
Writing down.
Thulin.
Gotcha, Thulai.
Thulin Island.
Thulin Island. Thuli.
Thulai is your
Thirst
nickname. You're Thulai now.
Fucking expensive.
Dooley dooley.
What?
I mean, we could do something with our last name. How do you say your last name? Tanslagar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Canny. No.
Canny.
Candy. Candy.
No.
You see Thulin puts his hand up to his ear. Oh, you hear that? What was that? Was that the sound of our doors closing to you forever?
Guys, no.
Okay.
Diane,
Alright.
I think that was the sound of a door slamming. I have no idea what you're talking about.
She likes it.
No.
You do not get
you
that
don't.
sense.
That is not the tone that he was
No,
going for.
it's fine. She likes it.
Oh no.
Is there anything
I
else
believe
you
that we'll
wish
be
to-
taking our leave.
I make sure they're over the horizon, like away from where I can see them before I shut the door.
You open the door to the dining room where they were eating. You just see Vogan mid-shovel, his cheeks disproportionately huge, like a human squirrel.
Like a squirrel.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like the second he's aware we're there, he just like stares directly at us, frozen, cheeks full.
For only a moment, and then starts chewing with firm
Yeah.
eye contact.
Drool dribbling down his face.
Anyways, as you were.
I need
I
you
can't
to.
eat in front of people.
Hey.
Certainly. What do you need?
We'd mentioned these camps on the property. I'd like to deal with them tonight, and I think a small group would be the best for it. If we all move, they'll notice us leaving the house and hide. If we can use Billy to scout them out, we can sneak up on them. I've got some manacles recently, so we can put them to good use on day one.
Gotcha. I see. Yes, I can certainly help with that.
I'd like to figure out what someone's doing with alchemist fire on the property, rather not wake up
Indeed.
a blaze.
If the family didn't notice them before, it makes it sound like it's a quite recent development. Makes it seem like they're probably after us specifically.
Could be nothing, but I'd still rather know. We'll use the side door, so we don't attract any attention. Or actually, we'll look around and see if any of the windows nearby can open.
Need more help?
Yes. If they catch me on my own, I'm fairly sure I'm dead, so having someone strong will make me feel a little bit more comfortable. And you're not exactly the loudest. That's the reason I didn't ask Quinn.
I heard my name. What?
Feeling very left out right now.
What?
You guys.
Damn,
What
you're
was
not
that?
gonna take the rogue? Feels bad.
I'm like, right, y'all ain't gonna take the rogue? Fucking
What?
good luck. Die.
Fuck.
Well, that's fine. We have our own secret talk to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a powwow.
Hey everyone, I think we should go try to deal with those camps, but a small group would be appropriate. Let's sneak out through this window.
Yo, right.
That window. That
As like,
Vogan, you are the only one to notice this from where you are. You hear the sound of something being ignited, something small. You see a small flash about 100 feet away from you guys in the direction that you were headed in, and whenever you hear it, you see something that looks like a small fire goes up. It's not huge, but a fire goes up, and that is the extent of what you'd be able to see from
A
where
fire
you
goes
are.
up like above the tree line.
No,
or
like just
something?
a fire lights. You see the
Like a torch?
You see something that looks equivalent to like a small campfire.
I see. Okay. All right. Well. From invisibility, I'll just like. They just lit something. Also, they killed your bird.
Yeah, I felt it.
Ah, good. And it seems like they're lighting a campfire.
That's it.
Sneak,
Get
sneak,
'em.
sneak, sneak. Sneak,
Sneak,
sneak, sneak,
sneak.
sneak. Sneak,
You guys are
sneak.
sneaking forward?
Yeah, I'll be in front at this
Just
point.
for a reminder, Vogan is invisible, Raleigh is basically wearing camo gear, and Miriam, what are you doing regarding
I've done
invisibility?
nothing.
You have done nothing! I'd like all three of you to please
Wonderful.
roll me for stealth. Miriam already has.
I can't put an inspiration into this because I already have advantage.
Yeah.
So, just a straight roll. Boop. Oh, I should have had. I guess the invisible didn't proc it.
One of those things that just doesn't parse for some reason.
You got the second
because
14,
of-
the first one would have been the 3.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the first one would have been the 3. That's the thing I installed, by the way, that I mentioned to you guys, is now when you roll with advantage or disadvantage, it tells you which one was which. So if there's a mistake, we can just be like, it was that one.
Nice.
Well, I don't like
Boy.
that.
Well, I wanted to re-roll.
No.
I want to re-roll. I don't like that in this
again.
instance.
I'm sure it will benefit you at some point. As you guys approach and you get close enough, Vogan, you said you were in front, correct?
Yes.
What's the order otherwise?
I was guiding Raleigh up to this point, so we'd be side by side.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If we had to be in a single file, then it would be me then him if I was guiding him.
Okay. Boop. Then I'm going to share this with just me so the stream can see it. None of you look at the stream. You shouldn't be anyways, but I don't trust you fuckers. Don't look at the stream. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. So I trust Izzy quite a bit, but I don't trust you
Yeah, that's
two.
about it. Yeah, no one else, yeah, it's fair.
Aw.
You're right. It's like
As you guys
huh.
approach the fire, unless you're doing something specific that you've not indicated to me, when you get close to it, you see that nobody is around it at this point. Looking at it, it looks like what they had set down and what they have lit on fire seems to be the body of a wolf. As you head that way and you move towards it, you do see that there are some footprints that appear to be moving. There's 2 sets. One is smaller and is very hard to detect, as if whoever it was moving is much better at concealing their movements. They're lighter on their feet. The other ones you see, what you presume to be the larger figure has left rather deep footprints. As you approach...
A whole sniffing adventure.
Exactly where the footprints go. They seem to scatter off in 2 different directions. What you do notice as you get close to the body is what you expect to be the smell of a burning corpse is not present. You see it burning out rather quickly. Inspecting the wolf, it appears to be stuffed. And that said, I'd like you guys to do me a favor.
I use prestidigitation to snuff out the campfire.
Alrighty, as you go to do that, I would like you guys to please roll me initiative. As you go towards this, and as you get close enough to do that... Oh no, Raleigh!
Raleigh!
I'm just gonna stand here and wait to die, if that's cool.
I'd like you guys to also roll me perception checks, to see which of you are surprised.
Perception. Where are... There you are.
I got a Nat 19.
Well, okay.
And what do we got here? 8. You got a 3. All right, Raleigh, you are not surprised, which is good because you're the invisible one. You are
I'm the
not
invisible one.
Oh, sorry, no, Vogan's the invisible one.
yeah.
Fuck. All right, you are.
This is fine.
As you go to investigate it and you snuff it out, you hear movements in the area behind you, and you guys become aware of 2 figures that do not match the descriptions from before. They just look to be hired thugs. Leap out at you guys, both of them carrying maces, yelling loudly as they charge towards the 2 of you.
Oh no.
Carvington, you bastard!
Time to pay for your crimes, highest standard! One leaps out, Miriam. One rushes towards you from the side. They come towards you and swing a mace down on you. You're surprised, so you can't do anything in retaliation. Boop, going down. That's a hit. Oh, I got a 21. Nasty. They hit you. You feel this mace collide with the back of your, your back. You maintain concentration. It does knock the wind out of you. They bring it down. This thug starts laughing maniacally, enjoying doing this. Oh, and we find you immediately! Where's your elf friend, tiefling? And he brings it up and strikes you again, except he doesn't because he nat ones. Again, you hear another one come out of the trees beside you guys, and rushes over towards Miriam as well. Sorry, Miriam.
Okay, I'm a prime target.
There's no need to be so enthusiastic, Carvington. Just do your job. Rushes towards you. He's gonna have advantage because these guys got pack tactics.
Goddamn thugs.
Goddamn thugs.
Oh no.
You are hit by that one. You guys note they seem to be paying particular attention. Vogan, you appear.
Crap!
Not even. He doesn't notice he's like visible now, so he's just slowly walking.
He like, takes out his sword and starts sneaking as if he's invisible towards one of them, like raising it slowly. They just look at him. What are you doing? What?
What? What are you doing?
This next one is going to take a swing at Raleigh.
Oh no.
And Nat19s.
Oh no.
Crap.
Hits you.
Can't believe you guys are fucking dead.
You take 4 damage from that. Raleigh, it's your turn.
Let's try and let's take a shot at Carvington.
Alrighty.
You son of a bitch. I always knew you'd come back.
I knew it'd be you, Carvington.
What is this Carvington joke? What have I stumbled into?
Have we met Carvington?
Is this just a you knew him before, or have I named someone else Carvington?
Nice. He knew him before.
Okay.
Much like the gods, this dude owes me money.
Okay. I was just sitting here like, have I used the name before? Oh no.
I'm going to hex Carvington.
Oh no.
Ooh, do him a hex.
Gotcha.
And then I'm going to use an inspiration to cast Eldritch Blast at him.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Get him.
That's a hit.
I'm going to hit him and push him away from Miriam.
Alrighty. He hits him. He skids back along the ground, catches a branch as he goes back. He's like, die! Ow!
I will shoot him again.
All right.
And I'll use my other inspiration.
I can get him. That's a hit.
Well, bam!
And that
Push
is
him
10
another 10
damage.
feet back.
Oh, jeez. He slams into a slope behind him. Ah! Oh, goodness. All right, that's fine. Give him hell, Dunborough.
I just like slowly turn my head to the guy beside me, make my eyes glow, and just grin like a demon.
Cute. We love that.
Cute.
Adorable.
No, I'm a spooky vampire.
You're a vampire? And I'm kidding.
You're a vampire?
Alrighty, that's you. Heckin' back to the top. Carvington goes.
No, me.
You blast him off into the shadows. There's a moment. And he just comes back out screaming. And then takes another shot at Mario. There's a big reward on your head, Tiefling. Did you know that?
You have quite expensive tastes.
Oh, jeez. That was 8 damage.
Oh,
Ow.
And he brings the mace up. He's gonna go. They have this one thing they can do. They can do mace. That is their one skill.
They can do
Mace
mace
with
and
advantage.
tactics and
Yeah.
And it's all they need.
Thugs are.
Oh, we're
Thugs
not
are
low
party
level.
wipers.
What? Yeah, man.
Thugs are party wipers at like level 2.
He swings it down, strikes you in the shoulder. You hear a crack come from your shoulder as it hits you. You hear a gunshot coming from off behind you. It dings off your armor. You are not hit by it.
Yeah!
You feel a rifle bullet hit you.
Thank
It
God.
winds you as it hits you, leaves a large hole in your mantle on your back, but dings off a piece of metal. Fucking
What
as that
is-
happens, the other thug, Dunborough's like, well, there's the cover fire then. We better make this quick. Keep it up, Blister!
Found you, you art-having son of a girl.
Oh, who be you, Blister? Oh.
oh no.
Looking over, you see crouched down, trying to keep low to the ground, what appears to be a tiefling. Holding a
This
rifle.
dude talking mad shit about tieflings.
Fuck.
He was
Just
using it as a...
observing, I was one.
Yeah.
Oh.
There she
This
is.
is when you showed me that looks super Star Wars.
She
I was
does
gonna
look
say,
super Star
like-
Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
God.
she's great.
I feel
Beautiful.
a disturbance.
Right.
Shut up.
It'll be an honor to be killed by her.
Beautiful. I like
You should be
her.
so lucky. God damn.
As you look over towards her and notice her, Vogan, you see that she's looking down the scope of the rifle. She looks away from it briefly, tilts her head up at you as if to acknowledge you, and then she fires again. This one's not gonna have
fine.
advantage.
That's
It's
good.
gonna hit though. It strikes you for 15 damage. It is now your turn, Miriam. Welcome to
Get 'em.
turns, guys.
Kick ass.
Woo!
Take my
You can do this. I have faith in you.
Bet you won't leave without me anymore, huh? Best friend don't die.
Oh.
I haven't done
By
it with
this
your name
point,
on it.
it would take you guys a bit to
Ooh.
get here, but I would say that those of you that are over at the house, you have heard a couple of gunshots by this point.
I whistle for the
uh,
Winchester.
I look at Carvington, and I just start muttering arcane words, and his mace begins to glow red hot.
Oh, dude, heat metal.
Ooh.
What a babe.
Right?
He's dead.
Hell yeah.
Like, damn
yeah.
The
it.
mace
he-
glows.
is he dead?
and, I cannot non-lethal. So if he has death saves, he can make them.
He's
But
gonna start.
otherwise,
He's gonna start making death saves.
I'll turn to Vogan. Be like, get her. You know what to do.
Vogan!
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5 feet away from her.
Come here!
No!
No! It just gets to that
Bless
space.
You
The
beautiful
end turn button
creature.
appears at the bottom of the screen. He looks at it, does like grabby hands at her, like, come here!
I will dash.
Get her.
I will action surge.
Okay.
Oh. Good use of you
Yes.
go get him.
You did it. Way to go.
You get him.
You go get him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume that hits.
That is a hit.
I'm a just I'm adjust.
So I hear you like marks.
Yeah.
You're gonna mark me?
And then,
Yeah, I'm gonna move my curse, or move my hex over to Dunbro.
Okay.
And Dunbro.
I was gonna say burrow. Yeah.
Well, there's no U between the B and the R.
It's like Edinburgh.
Ah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was also spelled like that.
Yeah.
I learned something.
Attack him!
Get him!
I'm gonna find it on my list. Jesus, I'm doing it. Get off my dick, bro.
You be lucky
Kill
to have
him!
Vulcan on your dick.
Hashtag get him!
Oh! to space with him.
Die.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm surprised he didn't just die.
Yeah, he was supposed to just fucking die just then.
Also-
I brought him 10 feet back.
Wow, I'm shocked he's alive. All right,
God, I have a broker.
let's make a death save. That's a fail.
Dunborough, no.
Dunborough's going to rush forward and try to get Miriam.
Dunborough, no.
Alone.
he doesn't have advantage.
He does not. He hits.
Oh no!
He doesn't have advantage, but it's Miriam,
Yeah, that's
and he
true.
gets a. Oh, jeez.
Fuck.
Oh no,
Your
heat
heat-
metal's gone.
Oh no.
Picks up the mace!
He strikes you. You get hit by it. You lose concentration on heat metal, which you were still concentrating on. And then he goes for a second swing. And
No,
Oh no, he has multi-attack.
they've been, yes, they've all been attacking twice.
I
But-
didn't notice.
Swings at you. You dodge. You roll away from that attack.
Fuck him up.
Fuck him up, boy.
Neat. That's
Man, that hit on Raleigh almost maxed all the die. That was crazy.
fuck.
It's 27 damage in one hit.
That'll do it. Yeah.
I'm going to, one second.
Dude, I just imagine this fucking bloodbath is happening, and they cut back to the house, and we're just calmly making stew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard gunshots!
Well, they left us, so I'm
Calmly
sure that'll
make
be
stew.
fine.
I've already whistled for my horse.
I'm calmly making stew. I didn't hear shit.
What did
I didn't
you
roll
say,
for anything.
Aaron? What did you say?
On a 3rd level heat metal.
Okay.
Oh.
Well.
Oh, the boy. Oh yeah, he's down.
Yay!
Concentration after noticing the ringing.
Gotcha. As soon as it comes back, yeah, you hear it pick up again. As soon as the metal begins to heat up, he falls exhausted from the damage that it caused. In this case, I'd say contextually, it ignites in his hand. He hits the ground, rolls to put it out, and then falls unconscious from the damage. And he's gonna start making death saves.
Ah, jeez.
And then you drop concentration, the ringing goes away.
God
Carvington.
damn.
Death save time.
Razor's Edge.
He succeeds. One fail, one success.
Hey!
I would take it that you are not the elf then.
I could be.
Your movements are far too brutal.
I'm just a brutal elf.
So only one of the targets are here then.
So, Miriam, what are you doing?
Pew!
Are you doing anything in response?
I cannot. I am
All
out
right.
of
That's a 24.
Well.
Miriam, you take. Yep.
God damn it!
through the tree.
You
This
get
is
hit.
fine.
As she does this,
All of this is fine.
she is going to. She cannot take her second shot. She has to reload. So she's going to do that instead. And she is going to try to break off from you. She looks towards you. And she is going to take off that way. Do you want to opportunity attack her?
I would, yes.
Gotcha.
Knock her out.
I'm gonna put an inspiration into this.
Do it.
Get her.
And
She's scary.
I like her,
21
though.
hits.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Fuck it. Why not? I'm gonna put a severance into this as well.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I haven't used this like
I can roll it against her.
ever. All right.
No, you used it against Kutoa once. She succeeds.
Ah, dang it. Never mind then.
You'd be ashamed
I'll
to
just roll
waste
damage
it.
on her then. Hi-yaw.
Oh,
Take that.
Oh, she's so close to being deaded.
Get her. Dead her.
she gets over to there. That is her movement. She can still bonus action. You see her put her hand out, and she grips her hand as if to do something. You see markings, magical markings appear on the back of one of her gloves. She then puts her hand onto her chest, and she is going to bonus action.
Neato. Congratulations. Ah, she a fighter? You bitch.
A fighter. She's not.
Ah, then I don't know what you are. I hate you.
You bitch.
But I love you.
That has very little to
You
do.
bitch.
That has very little to do with what
love
she
her.
is. Dunborough fails.
All right, and gold, tried and true. Longsword.
Sword attacks.
Sword. Oh, I
that's
don't see
I,
the total.
that's because I turned the thing
total.
up. Sorry. Show roll totals
Big.
on. There you go.
All right. I assume I think that hits. All right. Second. Oh, yes. Hunter's mark expired. Perfect. Now
Nice.
die.
I gotta fix that. And that's a hit.
Assuming that hits. Boop.
Oh!
I will non-lethally take her down.
All right. You knock her out. She's stable. As you go
I'm
to
gonna run over to Miriam.
As you go to strike her, you take her down. She hits the ground. You hear a very quick, just like,
That was more than I was. Damn it.
and she just slips into unconsciousness. And you hear the sounds of severance, and you hear the sounds of someone heavy, like heavy footfalls coming from the forest beyond you. You see this flickering fire outlining the large silhouette of the other man that was there walking out towards you. And you just hear calling out, "Not many people can take down Windrake. Very impressive.
All right, we're not out of combat then.
I'm afraid, however."
Happening.
One
The girl
second.
is down, but there's a big boy.
A big boy.
A big boy!
Though I will prove to be the lesser opponent, I am afraid that it is now I that you must face.
Damn vampires.
You see a
Does that mean I'm
mane
in
of
the right
fire
one?
ignite, and you see this large person, a huge mane of flames stretching across their back, rippling muscles and black, ashy skin, standing in front of you.
Flame mane.
Loads on you.
Load darn you.
God, it's a Kuma.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
damn.
Oh my god, he's beautiful.
Oh, that's.
Oh no! He's cute!
I know what he is.
Of course he's cute.
Oh,
Game
Get
even
this
we're
away
playing.
from me! I'm so glad I'm not here. Ah!
My name is Fume. Fume White.
Wow.
May I have your name?
Foggy.
Proper introductions were not done because of the nature of the combat up until this point. We are Scabbard. We wish to bring you in for reward. I make you deal. Allow me to take Tiefling and Tiefling, and I shall leave.
Here, I'll let you leave with the tiefling and no one else.
Okay, picks me up.
But then what will you do with Tiefling?
No, I meant. Wait, hold on. It's very confusing, Rick. I'm gonna take that one. I'll point to Miriam. You can take that one.
No, I wish to take that one.
Uh,
And that one.
That doesn't really jive with me.
I would take all of them, but to carry 4 people on back whilst fighting you would be difficult.
Thing is, your friend made a lot of noise. I'm sure my friends are already on their way, so you
That
probably
is
don't want to
fine.
be here.
Carrying 4 people is more difficult than fighting 4 people. I will fight your friends. Based on the report, you have something like 3 friends that have not come to help yet. This is not optimal.
No, it's not.
Fine, you take Tiefling. I take Tiefling and humans.
I'm talking about the purple one. You're talking about
Yes,
the red
I'm-
one there?
You keep your
All right.
friends, I take mine.
All right, that's fine. Get the hell
Their
out of here.
lives are worth more than reward. Next time we meet, we will not be so kind as to try to be stealthy.
As I get there, I am going to brandish this. I am going to brandish my standard, and I'm going to go for some attacks on this boy.
I can go for it.
First attack.
Oh no!
Second
You
attack!
attack him with the standard, he catches it, and then tosses you to the side with it. You go for the second one, that hits.
Ah!
Oh god, he's so cool.
You hit him, he recoils, you see some blood emerges like magma from the wounds on his shoulder.
Action surge!
Oh,
Ah!
Good.
Damn it!
Crap.
Damn it!
You go for both attacks.
All of those are so bad!
He raises up his foot, and as the standard's coming at him, he hits the spear down with his elbow, and then once it's low enough, slams it into the ground with his foot.
I'm gonna try to push him down. Probably won't work. I'm gonna try to do it. Nope!
Oh,
What is with you in twos?
I don't know, man!
he's too weak.
Ha!
Lexi?
Oh, what a fucking mistake this is about to be. I'm gonna go right there!
Yay!
Here I go! Booming blade this boy!
Alright. That's a hit.
Heck yeah! Okay, well now I gotta do a bunch of things, okay.
I believe in you, Carrie.
I believe in you, Gary.
Die.
Don't kill him.
You strike him. You cut into him. He reacts to that pretty viscerally. He like takes a step back. You are very good at aiming for vital places. I have noted it.
True, I'll give him one of them screeches.
Damage is damage.
Die.
That
There you go.
hits.
Nice.
You scratch him
I
for 1
got
point of
him.
damage.
I sure did get him!
You scratch him again. He looks down at it, unmoving. Perhaps I was mistaken. You have, I am afraid, wasted your chance. He looks up towards the collection of the others. I request that you survive this. You are worth less dead. He puts his hand in the air and you see light begin to build up in his palm. I must adjust for damage I saw you take before. If I incinerate you, you will be worthless. So, this is about... You see the light growing brighter. This is about enough. He hurls it,
I'll
a
see.
blast of light explodes out. Raleigh and Miriam, you guys are both down again as this blast of light erupts from that position. He takes a step forward, seemingly like he's going to charge into the two of you, and then he brushes by you.
But then he gets pachooed because booming blade.
He does. Roll your booming blade damage against him.
Ah! Woo! Fuck.
Fenris, you see this blast of light erupt from around you. The two that were already hurt are then once again knocked down, and as it begins to fade away, you unshield your eyes from this burst of light, and you see him just up here, skidding to a stop between the lot of you. As he hits the ground and he like skids to a stop, the thunder energy around him erupts outwards. And you do seem to like, "Ugh! Ugh! Necessary pain." Miriam? Roll a death save.
Let's die.
No.
You must die.
Can't die. I don't have Revivify today. God damn it.
That's a death.
Did
Winchester's.
you unprepare Revivify?
Winchester beat the
Wow.
shit out of him!
Winchester's gonna kick him.
Yeah!
Here he goes.
Fuck him up.
Winchester Nat19s.
Yeah!
He gets an inspiration. He kicks. He deals 3 bludgeoning damage to him. He hits him. Just horse. Stop.
Get him again, Winchester!
He can't. He has 1 attack.
Do
Horse.
it again
Stop,
anyway.
horse. I do not wish to kill animal.
Raleigh, what up? Roll a death save.
One. Damn it,
Are you kidding me? I swear to God, you're not
fucking speed racer.
Fine.
You're push up. Oh my goodness.
He's so
30.
cute, Brad. Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
have a stroke. It's a
Oh,
handsome guy here to hand.
Oh,
I get
Brad.
you.
Yeah.
Your turn.
And,
Go ahead.
Oh, he's so cute.
Hit me with sword. I will snap between hands.
Oh.
I'm really into him.
But
too.
this is masterwork.
You see him. He like clenches his fist. These two are masterwork.
That's fair.
Oh my god!
Here I go, doing the thing I do.
Oh my
15. I guess
That's
misses.
a miss. That
Yeah.
just misses.
Wait! Saving face!
That's fair.
All right, saving face.
Go for it!
That
Get him.
hits.
Die! Damn it!
Oh, if you guys lose this fight, I'm not gonna feel bad. You had every chance to succeed.
Collapse his
Fuck
head,
you.
catch your
Do it.
sword, and you just push it through, and he
Oh,
dodges. Last
you
second,
cut thumb.
cutting his face. Yeah.
Ow!
Yes.
Now it will hurt when I try to write letter to family. How dare you!
Oh my god.
So good. Ah, damn it! Again!
You swing that one at him, he punches the side of the blade and knocks it off path.
God damn it!
I'm sorry.
Stupid dodge action as a bonus action, fuck!
Is that you?
Fucking die, Miriam!
No!
He succeeded!
Oh, thank God.
Thank goodness.
You're up, Lexi.
Come on.
I just.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
not gonna
like
get sneak attack from this either.
Fucking.
Maybe try to paralyze
Oh
him
my
again?
god. I could do that. I could also. Miriam's better at it than me. I have like Tasha's hideous laughter, but like, I don't know.
That would help.
Heck,
would
and do
definitely
what
help.
you need.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to get him with Tasha's hideous laughter.
Also, him laughing makes me happy.
That's fair. Here we go. Just for bread. Yeah.
I have
He
no
now.
Best day ever! And I'm
Heckin'.
glad that it
You use it, he nat ones, he fails immediately. His eyes are unchanging, they remain fixed on those two and serious. His mouth just opens.
Now he's doing the point laughing.
What have you done to me? This is unfair. This
you
is
not to
serious
worry about
battle.
it.
This is test of might. Stop it. You have accidentally hit your friend.
Oh no!
Turn off
I'm
ability.
sorry,
I do not suppose you would allow me to once again wander into forest.
You speak very politely.
Is there a chance of you falling for that twice?
not.
are so rude. Hold
I mean, maybe if you didn't say falling
Whole
forward,
person.
I was actually gonna say yes.
Get
holding him? Oh my god.
Off, man, jelly.
Oh,
He succeeds.
yeah.
Next time. I'm gonna walk over here.
I was fixing to say
You
maybe
get away.
Sprite.
You walk away now.
Doody 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 doo.
You did a great job. You
No!
deserve to.
This was much more easy when you were grouped together. Come back.
I'm just gonna try to bam him. Just go bam him. He hasn't been moving, but it doesn't fucking cost me anything to booming blade him, so booming blade that boy.
Booming blade that bitch.
Doing it!
Boom 'em.
Well,
That's a
that
miss.
round sucked.
You go to booming blade him, he rolls out of the
Yep.
way.
Cool!
And now it's his turn.
And now it's his turn.
Can't you scritch him?
Well,
screech him.
I could try to screech him.
Get
Here we
that
go.
Get that sneak attack if you hit.
That's a hit.
Heck yeah!
Sneak attack.
Snack attack.
Oh my god, that was max damage!
I'm amazing!
That's incredible. He is.
I'm so proud of you.
That was a.
Uh,
You guys know what
Sorry.
we're doing.
Oh no! If only you hit him with that first attack!
Oh, and you're gonna hate this. His turn.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking heal, isn't he?
He stands. You have forced me to use this. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a potion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fuck!
No.
I bet it's a superior as well. Oh no,
It
it's
is.
greater. Okay.
We can get that back off of him.
He downs it. He
Glug, glug,
breathes deeply. I may die here, but I will do my best to do my job regardless. I owe that to Blister. And I'm gonna have to figure out where a circle's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yum.
What if I don't like this, Logan?
Yum.
What
Look at
if?
this.
What if indeed?
Oh, well.
This is last of power I have! Prepare to feel the power of sun!
I don't like the sun.
that's, I mean, I can't say I care for it either.
He raises his arms up into the air. A large bolt of energy flickers and grows, and he forms what looks like a small spirit bomb above his head.
Oh no.
Here I go again.
Sounds
on
monks
my
are so
own.
This is last attack! And he is going to ka-choink.
Damn it!
I ask this of you, my marks. Survive!
Miriam,
My life. I'm alive!
you did it!
I'm dead.
Did it!
No. You're dying.
Dying.
Yes.
I swear to goodness.
You are all very durable.
Try
Yeah,
our best.
seems like it.
He is going to, and this is the last thing he's got.
Huh.
He resumes his stance.
I hate you.
With
but
what?
I love you.
With what?
What do you mean?
He used his bonus action to heal, right?
Oh, you're correct.
Ha
Yeah.
Nice catch, Spence.
Oh, look at you.
Well, he can suddenly reaction dodge.
Right?
What's that?
Maybe
You have
he
a-
can.
That he
Yeah,
can
maybe.
It's a thing that he can do. That's flips through notebook. Bracers of reaction dodge. Didn't you know about those?
Oh, cool. We can
Ah,
fucking
damn,
take
I
those off his corpse.
They disintegrate if the user dies.
Maybe
I'm
you're
going to
Maybe
Oh, good.
you're
We
not
can take it
gonna
off his
kill him.
unconscious body.
Why do we have to kill him?
You come back and keep trying to kill us. We have to kill him.
I am
Maybe he'll
against
start
killing him.
liking us.
Logan, you're up.
I'm against it super hard.
So I attack him.
Okay.
Do it.
This is it, Fume. Oh no!
Kill him. Don't be a pussy, Spencer.
Spencer!
I'ma just go ahead and do
He
that.
takes 11 damage.
Have you considered...
And then I'm gonna do another
Please don't.
attack. Damn it!
He knocks it away.
I hate you!
I am neutral towards you. You have forced me to use this.
No, that did.
My final attack.
My other healing potion.
Come on!
Wow!
A whole
us
round of work.
He's gonna go ahead and he's going to quarterstaff. Vogan.
That's fair.
That makes sense.
That's a hit.
That makes
You
sense.
You are unconscious. You are non-lethally taken out. Rowley, make a death save.
One. Damn it!
Success.
I mean, there was a one in there.
Quintus.
Okay, so
This is the most down to the wire resources depleted fight
let's
I could have
fucking
asked
go,
for.
I guess.
Get him.
How about you, get him?
I feel like you should get him.
Get him.
That's a hit.
I got him. Get him. Kill him.
That's 7 damage.
He just healed. It's not gonna be a ton, I guess.
Yeah, I
You
know,
can
but
do
damn it!
You can do it!
Oh my god.
Oh
my god!
Die.
Knock him out.
Come on, you could get him with this.
Oh boy.
Nope.
You can do it.
Maybe we should
All
push
right,
him.
Lexi.
It's all up to Lexi.
Don't
do not-
say that. I'm
You got this.
Just
we
push us
believe in you.
Oh god!
Oh my god,
Christ.
this fight!
It's ridiculous.
Here I go! One! Yes!
That's a hit! I'm sure. Oh, I can't imagine this not taking him down.
Have either of us
You
taken
say
damage
that.
at all?
Nope!
The two people who charged him are the.
He's down!
I am sorry, Blister. I was not enough.
Wait, before you like pass out, who's passed out?
I,
Clap! Shite, he's fucking passed out, guys! Who's Blister?
Ah! I run.
I
to
keep
Keep initiative
but-
going, baby.
I run to.
Yeah.
Initiative continues. You don't run anywhere.
I'm waiting to run to Kitty.
Vogan, you don't make any. Miriam?
Pass me here.
Miriam's awake!
Never mind. I'm running to Kitty. Yeah!
Miriam, what would you like to do with your turn?
What a babe.
Oh, he's fucking unconscious. Okay, I stand up.
As he goes unconscious, the fire on his head goes out.
He's bald!
He's a hobgoblin! I'm thinking.
I mean, that's what Fenris would probably jump to. But no, because it was fire.
Next time, we're going to stop there.
Yay!
Hooray! We didn't die!
Body toast!
Goodbye.
You doing with